Greetings and good afternoon, everyone. I am back and I wanted to start a series of definitions. I'm going to define fiduciary, conservatorship, trust, estates, and all of those components that come within or under the umbrella of being a professional fiduciary licensed by the state of California. I'm going to give a couple of definitions from the dictionary, and then I want to give an understanding and definition from our licensing agency, which is the Professional Fiduciaries Bureau here in California. By the way, I hope everybody's doing good. Thank you for coming back. What is a fiduciary is the question many people ask and want to know. The legal definition from the California Probate Code, Section 39, states, fiduciary means personal representative, trustee, guardian, conservator, attorney in fact under a power of attorney, custodian under the California Uniform Transfer to Minors Act, Part 9, commencing with Section 3900, of Division 4, or other legal representative subject to this code. That's the definition under the California Probate Code, Section 39. Here's the definition under Webster's 7th edition New Collegiate Dictionary. One that holds a fiduciary relationship or acts in a fiduciary capacity of, relating to, or involving a confidence of trust, depending upon public confidence for value or currency. Wow, you need a definition for that definition. Here's from the Webster's New 20th Century Dictionary. The first one is confident, yes. Steady, undoubting, unwavering, firm, as to give fiduciary asset, or assent. Assent high. Number 2, held in trust, committed to trust, especially such as involves the management of funds. We like. In theology, it's one who depends upon salvation or faith without works. We like that too. From the New Columbia Encyclopedia, 1975, third printing. In law, a person who is legally obligated to discharge faithfully a responsibility of trust towards another. The fiduciary must be absolutely open and fair. In many cases, the courts will treat an unexpected profit derived from a fiduciary relationship as an instance of constructive fraud. Yes, that's why we're licensed so heavily here in California, because the senior population is really great here in California and in Florida. Those are the two states where seniors gather because of the weather. Okay, now those were definitions not only from the probate code, but from 3 dictionary actual versions. Our definitions. The next one I want to read is actually from our licensing agency. It's called the Professional Fiduciaries Bureau, aka PFB. And this is what a fiduciary is. A professional fiduciary is an individual who is entrusted property or power for the benefit of another. He or she serves vulnerable populations such as the elderly and those who can no longer care for themselves, and is a neutral and objective party that provides overall care for the client. If an individual becomes incapacitated or dies, a professional fiduciary can take care of managing an asset or an estate. He or she can also serve independent, productive people who need assistance in making sound financial, healthcare, and day-to-day decisions. So that's from the Professional Fiduciaries Bureau website as to what a fiduciary is and some of their functions. Okay, so also it says, what kinds of services can a professional fiduciary provide? Banking and billing, cash flow management, daily care and housing needs, estate management and administration, fiduciary accounting, tax preparation and payment, household upkeep and maintenance, plus the management of certain services including but not limited to medical care services, assets and distribution, insurance needs, investments, public benefits, and real estate and personal property, which is my favorite. Well, the real estate part. I love that. And also estate management and administration. Those are two of my specialties. So I love this business because it's just something that I do almost naturally with the specialties that I have as being a real estate broker and also a licensed fiduciary. We have the possibility of doing so much. And this business is great because what it does, there's so many sub-businesses. Okay, so listen to this. A professional fiduciary may not be an expert in all of the areas and may hire other professionals to handle some needs at the expense of the trust or estate. However, the professional fiduciary is the manager over all services provided. If he or she hires another professional, the responsibility to provide appropriate and adequate services falls on the professional fiduciary, and he or she is the ultimate decision maker following your or your client's instructions. So being a licensed fiduciary, it not only talks about the highest form of ethics, we're going to get into that word next time, and standards of professionalism, because you're entrusted with a person's estate. You are the ultimate manager and actually the bottom line. So whatever goes right, you get credit for. Whatever goes wrong, you get credit for. So you really better know what you're doing. You really better stay up on it. And that's why you see so many licensing behind me. I didn't hang everything up. I have so much more because I'm always upgrading, always studying. I want, again, to be on the cutting edge. It's so important to know what you're doing when you're in business, especially when you're handling someone's estate. So you not only handle the estate of a person who is incapacitated, you can handle the person. And that means dealing with their day-to-day medical. As I said, they have medical care needs. That's important. Assets and distribution. Usually that comes from the trust. And if they don't have a trust, that goes into probate. That's another definition that we'll be getting into. But I gave you the definitions of a fiduciary. And I want to also give you a couple of more things that the Professional Fiduciary Bureau, which is our licensing agency, failed to mention. Okay, fiduciary services may also include trustee, guardian, estate executor, daily bill paying and money management, healthcare representation, agent under a power of attorney, executor for senior with no spouse or family, conservator for those who are mentally or physically incapacitated. There may be many other roles a fiduciary can fulfill. Here are some of the other roles. Fiduciary as trustee, fiduciary as conservator, fiduciary as personal representative, fiduciary as representative payee, fiduciary as agent under power of attorney. It's a lot, but it's so rewarding, especially when you're able to step in someone's shoes who is incapacitated and you see their lives get better. Sometimes people's lives are not as good because they're neglected. We're going to get into that. How a person gets into the probate court and needs a conservator. Because remember, a conservatorship is a probate court proceeding. It's a lawful proceeding in the probate courts. You have to go to probate court to be conserved. Many people stay out of the probate court because they have their documents in order, and that's what we want. We want to stay out of the probate court. So that's why this is so important. The probate court is good, but a lot of your estate is eaten up. That's why you're there. Either you're neglected or you don't have your paperwork in order. But anyway, we gave you definitions of what a fiduciary is. I want you to rewind this video, listen to it again, take your notes, and if you have questions, go ahead and leave your questions in the comment section. I will comment on them, and we'll come back and we're going to talk about conservator, what a conservator is, and then go into the conservatee and conservatorships and how that works. So right now, fiduciary, fiduciary, fiduciary. We cover so much. Thank you so much for this video. Again, let's continue on this journey, continue growing together, and I look forward to hearing from you and talking with you soon. Peace and blessings to all.